It's Live Visualizations. Come back at you another video. No, I haven't changed that intro, and no one changed it too. And it's 2025, and I haven't uploaded to YouTube like I wanted to. So maybe this year I will. So maybe this video will be the start of me uploading YouTube consistently. So I am going to do things a little differently this year. I'm going to focus more on my content creating. Not just for YouTube, but in the real world as well. And I'm gonna start trying to do some documentaries. So I'm gonna do a passion project of mine. It's gonna be about my parents. So my parents were here last month, and they're at my sister's house. And I told them, hey, I want to sit there I want to do a documentary about you guys, but I want to see how it's gonna work when I go to you guys' house. So I took all my equipment over to my sister's house. And here's the thing that I didn't like about it. Take my equipment to my sister's house, because remember, I am a one-person band, and I noticed that my case was really heavy. So I have an SBK case. It's about 24 pounds empty, so I don't like that. So that's one thing I have to change, is to get a lighter case that's just as strong, so that way when I'm carrying all my equipment, I don't feel like I'm carrying everything in the kitchen sink. So what I took over to my sister's house was two stands for my cameras, the Nikon Z8 and Nikon Z6 II. I also took over 3 photography stands. I know I should have brought C stands, but I'm trying to save weight. And one of the stands had the Amaran 150, and another one had the P60C, and I had the 2 small NWG or B lights. I can't remember what it's called. And I brought those with me as well. And I had 2 different setups, one for my mom and one for my dad. The one for my dad was pretty okay. He was backlit, and then I had the 150 shining on him. Still didn't feel like I had enough light, but it was okay. The way I had the 150 set up too is that I had it double diffused and a grid. So when I was shooting my mother, she was backlit as well, but where she was at, it was just a little dark in there, and I couldn't get enough light on her face without bumping up my ISO too much, because I didn't want too much noise. I'm also going to try to teach myself how to shoot in RAW, so I didn't want that much noise. So I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? And it wasn't enough light. So that led me to the belief of, I need to get another light. And that's what this box is right here. And of course, I went with Amaran, and I went with the 300C. The reason why I went with 300C is it's affordable. That's the big reason. It's affordable, and it's brighter than the 150. So I think that should be able to get me by in most situations I'm going to be in. And that's why I got this one. But it also led me to believe that, hey, how else can I streamline all of my equipment this year? And if you watch any of my videos last year, you know that I was ranting about buying another Z8 and said I wasn't going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Part of the reason is this. I like my Z6 II. It's nowhere near as good as the Z8. I know since I had my Z8, I really use the Z6 II anymore. Not that it's not a good camera or anything, is that I am spoiled with the Z8. But I noticed that they're 2 different systems, basically. So when I'm looking at, the button placements on the camera and hooking things up and such as that, I get frustrated, not at the cameras, but at myself, because now I have to remember 2 different things. So I was like, okay, I think this year I'm going to try to streamline all of my gear into the same gear. So that means I will have to buy a Nikon Z8, and I will have to replace the 2 monitors I have. So the monitor right now that I'm using is the Litetrip 7-inch. I got that years ago. And I got the 7-inch because I wanted a bigger screen. But I also have the Atomos Ninja V. I had it for my Z6 II, so if I want to shoot RAW, I could. But since my Z8 shoots RAW, I don't think I need that anymore. And since I'm going to buy another Z8, I really don't think I need it anymore. So now I'm trying to find a new monitor. So I'm going to find 2 monitors of the same. And I think I'm going to go with a 6-inch monitor. Even though I like the 7-inch monitor right there, I can, like right now, I can see myself. I know I'm not looking at the lens, but I can see myself. I can see everything. It's great. On the 5-inch monitor, it's just a little too small unless you're holding the camera in your hand, which is kind of fine. So I think I'm looking at the 6-inch version of a monitor. But I just got to figure out which one. So if you have any ideas for me or any suggestions, please put it in the comments below. So that's what I'm going to start doing now, is try to streamline everything to be the same, so that way I don't have to think about anything. The other thing that I said before is that I need to find another SBK case or something like it. And I need to find stands or a C stand, like if they have mini sync stands, that are light enough to fit in my USB key case. Because what I'm trying to do is to have 3 stands in there, if possible. The 300C, the P60C, and maybe the flat panel P60 version. So that way I have 3 lights set up if I want, and that I have it all in one case. And hopefully that's under 50 pounds. The reason I want to be under 50 pounds is not because it has to be, but if I'm flying somewhere, I'm going to take the minimal amount of gear I want to and not have much fuss. So I'm trying to figure out a sweet spot where I can have all that gear in one place and not worry about overpacking. And part of that reason too is because I am a one-person band, so I'm trying to be as quick and efficient as possible. So that's my goal for this year, is to be quick and efficient as possible, have everything streamlined, everything the same, so that way I don't have to worry about it. So I did buy other new things too, which I will not talk about right now, not because it's a secret or anything, but I want to force myself to make videos. So the first video, I just mentioned that I got an Amaran 300C. I also got 2 new microphones. I got some stuff from Small Rigs, stuff from Neewer that I'm going to do videos on. But I just want to give you guys an update on the channel, and hopefully I can keep this up and have a video every week. But I do know that next week's video is going to be about my Nikon Z8. It's just going to be my impressions of it. Now that I've had it for about a year and a half, I do love the camera, so there won't be anything bad for the most part. The only thing bad that I've ranted about all the time is the battery life. That's all, basically. But just want to do a review on it so that way I can keep making my videos. So until the next one, see ya.